What's up, YouTube? Knife's Edge here again. Got another pretty cool little knife to show you today. I've been looking at this one for a while, man. These have been on sale, off of sale, been out for a couple of years now. Pretty neat little knife. We're going to talk all about it. Before I get into it, hey, hit the like button if you like the content. I really appreciate that. Subscribe if you want more of it. Comment down below if you got any comments or questions or whatever, or maybe some information that I didn't know in the review. I mean, that believe it or not, that happens too. Really appreciate all my subscribers and channel members, Patreons. You guys are really awesome. And without further ado, let's get into it. This one, by the way, was sent to me by the Lefty Pass Around group, so shout out to him, and thanks to everyone in that group. And thanks to people that do the pass around group that I'm able to check knives like this out. And this is one I've been wanting to check out for a while. This is the Kansept Shard. Pretty cool knife. In my opinion, I've definitely been looking at it for a while. Really nice tiger stripe ano on that handle. Pretty sweet looking blade shape, I think. So let's get into it. We'll go ahead and do overview specs first of all, and second portion will be just like normal, be like kind of the review, I guess, part, my thoughts, whatever. 8 inches on the dot, looks like, from the tip of the blade to the end of the handle. Yeah, right at 8 inches. If you go with blade length measured laterally, like that, not including the belly, you're looking at a little over 3.5, maybe 3 and not quite 3 5/8. A little over 3.5 though. If you measure it like that, you're looking at 3 5/8 on the cutting edge. So what I would call right at the definition of a full size or large size knife. All right, get out the calibers here. Let's do blade stock thickness, thickest part of the spine. Oh, oh man, probably help if I turned them on, huh? All right, thickest part of the spine, looking at 130, right at 130 thousandths, right there. Yeah, right at 130 thousandths. Do the edge, behind the edge, and this is depending on where you measure it at. Pretty precisely where you measure at, right? But 19 thousandths behind the edge thickness on that. And looking at the thickness on the handle, under 1/2 inch, 470 thousandths on the handle thickness. All right, put the calibers up here, turn them off. All right, let's do some size comparisons. We'll get out some of the usual suspects here. You got the Ontario Knives Rat Model 1 and the Ontario Knives Rat Model 2. Let's see right there, it's actually kind of in between the two. It's not the overall same length as the Rat Model 1 quite, but it is definitely longer than the Rat Model 2. And definitely has more cutting edge. Get out the old Cold Steel Knives 8010 and your Demco Knives 8020.5. That is the slicer variant. So definitely longer than the 8020.5. Definitely more cutting edge than the 8020.5, and more cutting edge, just a smidge looks like more cutting edge than the 8010, unless you include the belly, then probably about the same. But yeah, great blade to handle ratio, I would say, on that knife. Alright, put those up. And we'll get out the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and your Spyderco Para 3 right there. Let's see, it's kind of in between those two, right? Almost the same length as the Paramilitary 2, but not quite. Thinking, almost sure it's got more cutting edge. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely more cutting edge than the Paramilitary 2. Put those on the side. How about the High Water Knives Estuary and the Three Rivers Manufacturing Neutron? How about that, huh? Yeah, you can definitely see it's got more cutting edge than the Neutron 2. And as far as against the High Water, actually High Water's got more cutting edge. Alright, let's do 2 more. Got your ProTech Mordax right there. And I don't have any other Kansept knives. Here's a QSP Penguin right there. And last but not least, of course, got to do it. This is a size comparison that should be standard, I guess, for pretty much any YouTube channel, right? This is the DeWalt frame and hammer, and this is your crescent wrench, standard USA made 8-inch crescent wrench right there. Pretty much a standard whenever you're doing size comparisons, right? Isn't that what everybody uses? All right, let's get out the scale. We'll get a weight on this bad boy. 4.1 ounces. This is full titanium. Did they mill it? I didn't even check. Not really any internal milling going on in there. Whoop. I hope I don't knock the camera around. Yeah, 4.1 ounces. So a little over the ounce and inch ratio, you know, but not really a heavy knife at all to carry, I don't think. Actually enjoyed carrying it. Kind of disappears in the pocket. Forgot to show that. I guess blade kind of carry profile, you know, versus the PM2. A lot slimmer in the pocket. Now you do have that flipper tab sticking out versus the PM2, but a little bit slimmer in the pocket. And we'll show it in the pocket right here on the old blue jeans. All right, I get it. This blue jeans got a little bit of a snag in it. A milled titanium pocket clip. There you go. Almost deep carry, but not quite. Got a little bit sticking out. Like I said, it carries pretty good. This one's got a little bit of breaking in left to do. I think it's pretty snappy, but no issues. I don't think with the pocket clip right there. I really like how they got the milled titanium pocket clip to match up with the tiger stripe ano on there. So they anoed the pocket clip as well. Pretty cool. And one screw holds the pocket clip in. It's slotted in there for the pocket clip to sit in there, I believe. I'm almost positive that that's slotted out for the pocket clip. And I don't think you can mount it lefty. I'm almost positive on that. But maybe not. I don't know. I see a gap right there, so you might be able to take it off and mount it left-handed, because that's that screw goes into the barrel spacer. You could take that off potentially, put it over there. So I don't know. Kind of curious about that myself. Let's do a hardware check on it. This is a T8. No, yeah, T6, I believe. And T6 on that body hardware. Let's see here. This thing comes out. I'm just kind of curious to see if you can. I don't have to mount it on the other side. I just need to take that screw out to be able to tell there. It's slide in and out. Let's see. Get a closer look at it here. No? Okay. Okay, so that's what keeps it. That's what keeps you from mounting it on the. It is right-handed only, right? So you got that little hole right there, and they got a pin inside of the. And it stays inside of the pocket clip like that, right? So, damn, keep hitting the camera. I'm gonna have to change something up. That holder there. Apologize about that. All right, I'm gonna put it back in there. But yeah, right-handed tip-up carry only on that one. Had to find out. I wasn't 100% for sure. But yeah, that pin kind of keeps it from shifting around what normally another screw would do. They just use one pocket screw, and that's how they did that, I guess. All right, so all your body hardware is T6, pocket clip screws T6. Let me verify that on the body hardware, actually. Yeah, T6 on that. I think T8 on the pivot. It does have two sides on it. Probably a D-shaped pivot barrel in there, I would guess. So yeah, T8 on the pivot. So I don't know. It'd be better if they use T8 all the way around, I would think. Make it easy not to have to switch the drivers out. And also T6s do tend to strip out a little bit more. So just use good bits and everything. Use plenty of pressure if you're taking out, and don't over tighten it if you're screwing in, and you should be all right with that. They do use blue Loctite, so that's good. Oh, and you got an internal, what was that, like a lock bar? That's your over travel stop for your lock bar. Probably not the right term for that, but that's what I'm calling it anyway. Lock bar stabilizer, maybe. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, T6 on that as well. That keeps your lock bar whenever you're closing it from bending out too far. So, all right, so that's pretty much the specs, the overview, my thoughts on it and review. I would say this is a pretty solid little knife. I really like their tiger stripe anode they did on that titanium. Hopefully the camera is picking that up good, but I think it just looks really, really sharp and really good. They also have lightning anode versions of this and several other versions available. This one I believe goes for normally around 180 bucks maybe, but right now on the Kansept site they are on sale for $129.74, so 130 bucks. Pretty solid deal for this one, especially with titanium anode handles and milled titanium pocket clip frame lot with S35 VN, by the way, right there on the blade steel. A little bit of too much writing for my taste on the blade, but I mean a nice stone wash. If I own this knife, that's what I would do. Would kind of take care of all that, you know. But yeah, they could have done without some of this stuff if they didn't put that model number there. Kansept logo being that small, I don't really have too much of an issue. The S35, not too much of an issue with that either. On the back side, you've got Shard written right there. Don't know why they put that. You know, if you bought this knife, you pretty much know it's the Shard, right? But yeah, so a little bit less billboarding would be pretty cool, and you know, having the obviously stated name of the knife, you know, that's kind of, you know, would be cool not to have that. I think I really like the blade shapes, the reverse tanto blade shape, really nice grind on it. I like how they did that fuller with the hole right there. No jimping up top, not really so much needed, I don't think. You're pretty much locked in one grip on this thing. I mean, if you choke all the way back, your pinky finger's right there, you know, I guess you could hold it like that. But with your index all the way up to that flipper tab, that's pretty much locked in, and feels pretty comfortable with that. I have no issues. Looks like it'd be really good for some draw cuts, pinch cuts, stuff like that. Pretty solid knife for things like that. The action on it, pretty good. You can kind of shake it shut. You can also reverse flick it with that fuller hole, which I should have mentioned earlier. It's a little tight because of that lock bar riding up so high, but if you put your finger in right like that, you can reverse flick it usually with no problem. Just gotta kind of, just like a lot of knives, I mean even Spyderco knives, to reverse flick them, you gotta kind of warm up to doing it. But the flipper tab also works great, so that's another deployment option there. A little bit of jimping right there on that flipper tab as well, and again, it is running on bearings. Super smooth knife, got a nice little sharpening tool right there. So overall, man, I think it's a pretty solid knife, especially for the sale price. For the sale price for 130 bucks, this is awesome. Great deal. You know, I wish they would keep it at that, but riding up to the upper hundreds, you know, it does have some competition in that zone, namely from Kizer and other Kansept knives. But yeah, pretty solid, especially at the 130 price point if you get on sale. If you are interested in buying it on sale, you can use my link, affiliate link down below. It helps the channel out. Totally up to you, of course. If not, that's fine too. Honestly, half the time I forget that I've got them. So my thoughts overall on it, I think it's a solid knife. Really like it, and might be one that I have to look into adding to the collection one day, possibly. Pretty cool knife, man. And that is the Kansept Shard. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate everybody that supported me. Hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe right down there if you want more of it. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, month, year, whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you guys on the next one.